We started to do project-based learning, so they learned to take ownership of their project. We started off working our group norms and be more responsible. We had to first of all go through a lot of things about ethics and about a lot of social learning so that we could learn to work together and to appreciate each other and to listen to each other. We had to self-reflect and so that we could then behave responsibly not only in the classroom, online, so that we could learn that online is a public space. They're really solving real world problems in a collaborative way, and they're using ICT for their learning. They've really become skillful communicators. They've worked together to help children in Kenya in a practical way and also help themselves to improve their own world. They've come to a consensus together. The hardest thing for them was to decide their group norms for the whole group, for the class, and they established those themselves. By the end of each week they had their targets and their goals and they keep on task. They produce something for our classroom that will improve our classroom. The task is to film that, capture those images along the way of the production. They can then send those images to these children in a slum in Kenya. And they decided that that would be a difficult thing to do because the children don't have any internet access. So they came up with the idea of raising money to buy a tablet to put the films onto them. And then they thought they would also put many different apps to improve these children's world in Kenya, and we would send the tablet to Kenya. And although they're only 11 years old, they've held stalls and they've come up with their own enterprise. Been very much student driven, and I would recommend this way of learning to anybody because the children are engaged, enthused and becoming globally aware. It has also really helped their literacy because they've had to read websites that are so difficult for them, and they've had to pull it apart and to look at it in different ways and look at it together in groups. And they've also had to communicate with each other so that they wouldn't have their stalls on the same day. They had to get it approved by the principal. They had to write business letters, covering letter, business proposal, business plan. They had to source the equipment themselves, and they had to do everything themselves. The leadership that they have learned themselves has been incredible. Through necessity, different children have risen to the occasion, have led the groups with a shared responsibility, and they've each had different turns of being the leaders of different groups. They work together incredibly well. The first 5 weeks they had to sit together in their groups and learn to be together. They didn't sit together for the last 5 weeks. For the last 5 weeks they've been able to choose their seating as they like, because in a way the project-based learning forced me to address my traditional teaching methods and then flexible learning spaces, because we were trying to share 6 laptops with 29 children. Then it became evident that this furniture setup wasn't really terrific. The children also had quite a bit of input. We changed the furniture. So we have some seats that are without a desk, there are some beanbags and some different places they can sit. So they have a shared responsibility to achieve their joint outcome. And the collaboration has been terrific. They've had to make a lot of decisions together. Their work was very interdependent in this project, and the accountability was there as well, because they have to produce a film, and they had to film things along the way, and they had to create something so you could see what they created, plus they had to make some money, so they felt very involved in that process and achieved very well. So that was quite incredible.